All right. Hello, audience. All right. So, I am going to talk about my trip to Germany, which was a really cool experience for me because I first got to host my German exchange student here at my home in America, and I got to take her to Kings Island as well as taking her to a bunch of American restaurants. And it was so cool to see someone learn about the American culture by being here, and I'd always wanted to learn about a different culture. So when I got the opportunity to go stay with my exchange student in her country, I took the opportunity. So I got to go to Germany for 3 weeks with my aunt who hosted the entire program, and I got to stay with the family who stayed with me first. So once we arrived in Germany on the first day there, it was really different. The air was really different. Everything kind of smelled different. There was graffiti everywhere, which was super cool. Nothing was the way that it was here. Another thing was that right before I left to go to Germany, I had gone through a really terrible breakup, and when you're in high school, it's the end of the world. So I was really depressed before I went, and I just didn't know if I was going to have a good time or actually be happy or get anything out of it. So after being in Germany for maybe just even the first 2 days, I got acclimated to being there. I got used to the sleeping schedule. I got used to what we were eating all the time. We had strawberries for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everything was just so different than what I was used to, including the schools that I had to go to. So once we got to the school, I had to sit in the classroom and take notes, even though I knew no German. I do go to a religious studies class, even though I am not a religious person. I got reprimanded at one point because I was sitting and taking notes on something else and just writing song lyrics. So it was a lot more strict over there than I was used to. After about a week of being there, I finally got to make a really good lifelong friend who I still am in touch with to this day, and we still talk about Germany and all the good times that we had, and we still go out to eat and hang out a lot. After we were there and we got to know each other, our hosts had wound up becoming friends, so we were just with each other 24/7. We both got to have our first legal drink in a different country. We both went to our first soccer game. Surprisingly, neither of us had ever been to a soccer game. We both had a lot of firsts together while we were there, and it was just such a cool experience that I got to spend with someone, even if it was someone I didn't know that well, that I just got to meet. So by the second week there, I had told my host family something I'd always wanted to do was go see a concentration camp. I had been having fun and it had been a really cool experience so far, but I felt that I wanted to go kind of deeper since I was in such a weird state of mind myself. So we got to go to Bergen-Belsen, which is the camp that Anne Frank died in. It was super cool, which is a weird thing to say, but it was really cool. Like I'm not religious, so I don't believe in, like afterlife or anything, but the idea of ghosts still kind of get to me, and it just felt heavy. If emotions were a ghost, I would say that was what I was feeling, is the emotion of everything. So walking around the fields, knowing everything that had happened there, like 70 years ago, not that long ago, seeing all the grass grow there now, it was really enlightening to see that all I did was go through a breakup. I'm in high school. I'm 17 years old and I'm going through a breakup and I'm sad about what? It was really eye-opening to get to have that experience. And not a lot of people can say that they had that experience. I got to stand in front of Anne Frank's grave and just look at her and know that she probably wasn't even there. She's probably in one of the mass graves. That's besides the point. That's getting off track. But having the experience of getting to, I guess, feel something other than being in my own mind really led me to open my mind to different experiences. I tried more new foods when I was there. I was open to saying yes more than rather than staying in the house with my host and watching movies, which is what I could be doing in America. And that stuck with me once I got back to America as well. As soon as I got back home, the first thing I did was went to a mall by myself and just walked around, submerged myself back into American culture, which is something I wouldn't have done beforehand. So ultimately, I think that Germany has helped me in a lot of ways. It opened me up to a lot of different things, and it's an experience of something that I can carry with me forever, that I talk about constantly, all the time, think of constantly. I keep in touch with all my German friends. And even when times get hard to this day, I still remember like things could be so much worse. There's so much that I have to be thankful for. And I just would love to do it all over again if I could. I would go any place in the world. I'm more open to traveling now and getting that experience. And I will always tell everyone that they should do the same. That was my TED Talk. Thanks.